Silence has always been misunderstood. People often believe that speaking more makes them powerful, that filling every empty space with words gives them control, respect, and influence. But history, psychology, and human behavior quietly reveal the opposite truth. The more you speak, the more you expose. The more you explain, the more you weaken your position. Silence, when used intentionally, carries a weight that words can never match. Human beings are emotional creatures. We fear uncertainty. We feel uncomfortable when we do not know what someone else is thinking. Silence creates that discomfort. When a person remains quiet, the mind of the listener begins to work overtime. They start guessing motives. They start projecting fears. They start assigning meanings that may not even exist. In that moment, the silent person gains invisible control. Think about moments when someone said very little, yet you felt their presence strongly. Their calm unsettled you. Their restraint made you cautious. Their silence forced you to pay attention. That reaction is not accidental. It is emotional pressure created without effort. Words often reduce power because they give clarity. Silence increases power because it creates mystery. When people talk too much, they reveal their insecurities. They expose their intentions. They leak their strategies without realizing it. Emotion pushes them to fill silence because silence feels threatening. They speak to seek approval, to reduce tension, to feel safe. But in doing so, they surrender leverage. Silence does not mean weakness. It does not mean fear. It is discipline. It is emotional control. It is the ability to sit with discomfort without trying to escape it. Most people cannot do this. That is why silence immediately separates the powerful from the powerless. In conversations, the person who speaks less often listens more. Listening gathers information. Information creates advantage. While others talk, they reveal desires, frustrations, and hidden motives. The silent observer absorbs everything. Emotionally, this creates imbalance. One side feels exposed, the other feels unreachable. People naturally trust silence with authority. Leaders, judges, strategists, and experienced individuals rarely rush to speak. Their pauses are deliberate. Their words are few, but heavy. When they finally speak, people listen closely. Emotionally, silence builds anticipation. Anticipation magnifies impact. There is also fear hidden inside silence. Not the fear of the silent person, but the fear of those around them. Humans fear the unknown more than the known. Silence leaves space for imagination, and imagination often goes to dark places. This fear makes others cautious. They reveal more. They overcompensate. They lose control. In conflicts, silence is especially powerful. When someone attacks verbally and you respond with restraint, it destabilizes them. They expect resistance. They expect defense. When they receive silence instead, their emotions rise. Anger increases. Doubt creeps in. They begin to question their own position. Silence reflects their aggression back at them without confrontation. Emotionally mature people understand this. Emotionally reactive people do not. The reactive person speaks to release tension. The disciplined person stays quiet to increase it. This is where power shifts. Silence also protects you. Words cannot be taken back. Once spoken, they exist forever. Silence leaves no evidence, no contradiction, no weakness to exploit. Many people destroy themselves by explaining too much. They justify actions that needed no justification. They defend decisions that needed no defense. Each word chips away at authority. There is a deep emotional reason why people overtalk. They want to be liked. They want to be understood. They want validation. Silence feels like rejection, but power does not seek validation. Power commands respect, not approval. When you speak less, people value your words more. Scarcity increases worth. When something is rare, it becomes precious. When someone talks constantly, their words blend into noise. When someone speaks selectively, their voice becomes memorable. Silence also gives you time. Time to think. Time to observe emotional shifts in others. Time to choose the right moment. Timing is power. Speaking at the wrong time weakens even the strongest message. Silence allows patience, and patience allows precision. Look at negotiations. The person who breaks silence first usually loses. Silence creates pressure. Pressure forces mistakes. Emotion pushes the other side to reveal more than they should. Silence wins without effort. Silence is not passive. It is active restraint. It is control over impulse. It is mastery over emotion. Anyone can speak. Very few can remain silent when ego demands expression. There is also dignity in silence. Oversharing reduces respect. Complaining exposes helplessness. Bragging reveals insecurity. Silence avoids all of these traps. It lets actions speak instead of words. Emotionally, silence signals confidence. Confidence does not rush. Confidence does not explain itself. Confidence does not argue with every opinion. It simply exists. People who understand silence rarely feel the need to dominate conversations. They allow others to reveal themselves. This creates an emotional hierarchy. The talkative feel smaller. The silent feel larger. Silence also creates unpredictability. When people cannot predict your reaction, they tread carefully. Predictability invites manipulation. Mystery creates protection. Even in relationships, silence holds power. Not cold silence, but calm restraint. It prevents unnecessary escalation. It forces reflection. It shifts emotional responsibility back to the other person. History is full of examples where silence decided outcomes. Leaders who waited, strategists who observed, individuals who spoke only when the moment demanded it. Their silence was not emptiness. It was preparation. Words should be used like weapons, not like noise. Carefully chosen, rarely deployed, maximum impact. Most people regret what they said in moments of emotion. Few regret staying silent. Silence preserves options. Words close doors. Silence also exposes others. When you say less, people project their thoughts onto you. They reveal themselves while trying to interpret you. This psychological mirror is powerful. Emotionally, silence demands self-control. It is uncomfortable at first. Ego rebels. The urge to explain burns. But mastery lies on the other side of that discomfort. Power is not loud. Power does not beg to be seen. Power does not argue endlessly. Power waits. Power watches. Power speaks only when necessary. When you master silence, people start listening even when you are not speaking. Your presence alone creates attention. Your absence creates curiosity. Silence is not about never speaking. It is about speaking with purpose. It is about understanding that every unnecessary word weakens your position. In a world addicted to noise, silence stands out. It feels heavy. It feels intentional. It feels strong. Those who speak too much reveal their plans before they are ready. Those who remain silent reveal only results. Silence keeps your intentions hidden. It keeps your emotions guarded. It keeps your power intact. When you say less, you see more. When you see more, you control more. That is why silence has always belonged to those who understand power deeply. And that is why those who cannot control their words will never fully control their destiny.